Hey everyone, Brian Von VA here. We've talked a lot about D&D on this channel, am I right? The entire channel is just D&D. But what we haven't talked a lot about are your epic quotes. Things that you have said, maybe that your friends have said. Not the big bad evil guy, of course, because we've already done that before. But we're talking about the quotes from your D&D games. Things that have been so epic and so amazing that it just stuck with you for all time. We're going to be talking about them today with what are your most epic quotes from your D&D games. And if you have an epic quote you'd like to share, do so in the comments below. In the campaign where I play my warlock Lyra, we were assisting the town of Redhammer with battle plans to prevent an invasion from the depths underneath the city. While we were there, we decided to check on Lyra's brother, Nellin, who we knew was working with the Blacksmiths to assist the war effort. But an evil goddess, Lolth, but with altered lore for this particular setting, had convinced Nellin to sabotage the war efforts by intentionally degrading the quality of the metals being forged, making the metal brittle and prone to breaking. Lolth had shown Nellin visions of their family being restored to power and promised that she could provide everything they wanted, if only he would do a few small favors for her. Nellin was terrified when he realized his actions had caused the deaths of a couple of dwarves who were manning the ballista he had previously installed one of the parts he sabotaged on. Also, he hadn't been able to rest, because every time he entered his trance, Lolth would invade his mind and show him most visions of what would happen if he helped her, and what would happen if he didn't. He didn't know what to do, so when Lyra confronted him about it, he was scared for his life. He was sure the dwarves would discover what had happened and have him put to death, and failing to do as Lolth commanded, would possibly get their family killed. But he didn't want to go through with it if it meant innocent lives were harmed either. Lyra talked him down and explained that she'd already had her own dealings with Lolth, and she wasn't about to let Lolth mess with her brother. The end of their conversation went like this. "You have to stay strong, and trust me, Nellin. I will protect you, for both Lolth and the dwarves. I have the ear of their leadership. They will listen to me, but you have to fight against her power." Fight a goddess? Even if I feel powerless to do anything against her? I paused for a moment and then continued. What you do when you are powerless is who you are. I run a lot of play-by-post campaigns with another friend, and we take turns DMing for each other in each other's worlds to help them flesh out and build the world lore together. I thought I'd share a couple of the more badass quotes from those here. The first one is from an NPC I was running as the DM named Leslie Stronghammer. The player was trying to haggle with a seller of weapons and armor, and the shopkeeper was being a dick about it. So, my NPC, who was traveling with the player, who happened to be the very blacksmith who made most of the items this shopkeeper was selling, stepped up to the shopkeeper's stall. She slammed her warhammer down on it, knocking a few of the swords up to the ground, before leaning in and getting right in the shopkeeper's face and saying, "You see this hammer, bub? Best metal working on the whole damn continent. See this branding? The Stronghammer mark. See this face? Leslie Stronghammer. Now listen to my birdie here and give him what he wants for a fair price. Or you can eat this hammerhead." I've never scared myself as a DM, but I scared myself a little bit that day. Needless to say, the shopkeeper, after apologizing profusely to the weaponsmith who made the best-selling weapons in the country, gave him a very fair price of, "Please just take what you want at cost and don't kill me." The second and most recent badass quote from our games came from my friend who was running a game for a new character I was playing. My character is a bit of a wild child who wants to be a pirate, yar. And, unbeknownst to her, she's actually a direct but about 100 generations removed descendant of one of my other characters, Dorxina. This quote occurred when my character, Loretta Wildmont, met one of his characters he was playing as an NPC, Shallan Stormhunter. Now, Shallan is the daughter of one of my previous characters, Zolra Stormbringer. who at the end of her campaign ascended to become the goddess of storms of wishes. Shallan is Zulrah's companion as well, as the high priest of Stormbringer. So, she was a badass. Her maiden name is Shallan Everstorm, sort of. When she was a little girl, Zulrah found out she was an orphan and adopted her. Later in life, Zulrah and her wife Rika realized that Shallan's greatest wish was to become a true biological daughter of Zulrah's. So Zulrah recreated Shallan's body using a combination of her and Rika's DNA to make her their biological daughter. During their initial meeting, my character said, "I respect people who know who they are and don't try to pretend otherwise. So, who are you?" Shallan looked at Loretta dead in the eyes and said, "I am the Everstorm." Loretta made a quick mental note. "Do not fuck with Shallan. Ever." That's the problem with you paladins. You expect people to bow down and cower. I don't expect people to cower. I expect to rise above and be better. Hag casts sleep and fails to affect the elf or warforged. Like I said, I don't expect people to cower. I expect them to rise above and be better. Rolls to intimidate. Hi, how's your health insurance? I was playing in a campaign against Enkev. You'll get it. I was playing an alt of Corrin from Fire Emblem Heroes, this one being a Halloween version of a female Corrin. Corrin had a troubled past, with 2 kingdoms riddled with spite trying to get Corrin as their sibling, all while a 3rd kingdom lay dormant, all before being summoned to another world. I had a wish-granting sword and decided to set up Enkev for a power word kill. Well, this is it. The end. I've had so much fun with you guys. This Halloween in my world, it was so much fun with you guys. Take care of my siblings, of Azura. Take care of my world, of every world. Unfortunately, the DM made my wish kill everyone, and I've stopped playing D&D at school for a bit because of this. Yes, I wrote the small speech beforehand. How badly did you word your wish to have the DM decide that everyone in the whole world died? I mean, I don't blame you for not playing with that group anymore, holy smokes, but yeah, what did you exactly say? I mean, if you just said, take care of everyone in the whole world, it's like, well, that's kind of ambiguous right there, but bad DMing. After the cinnamon roll of the party got killed in front of us, my fighter said, "I may be a reaper of those who have cheated death. I've killed plenty, but not once an innocent. And under my watch, no such things has happened. But right now, I'll break my own code and turn your insides into outsides with my very presence. Now prepare yourselves." A callback to the classic, "I will fong you until your insides are out. Your outsides are in, your entrails will become your extrails. Pain, lots of pain." A Knight's Tale is such a great movie. Finally, time for Char Ironwill, the Goliath's Celestial Warlock. Cue game show theme. Quick stats: 20 to strength, 12 to dexterity, 16 constitution, 14 to intelligence and wisdom, 20 to charisma, 15 AC, and a whopping 83 HP. This is Char Ironwill, the Goliath's Celestial Warlock. Ta-da! He was a beast at level 10 with a 2-level dip in fighter with great weapons master and wields a maul made of solid stone. He is also the only character I've played who's known for being consistently lucky. So we're in a sort of crossroads where hell and the normal world meet, as everyone goes to see in New Jersey, of course, and each of us had one of the 7 deadly sins tattooed where all could see. But we didn't know how to read it. We are required to attend a masquerade to get intel on how to stop this invasion. My character heads to the courtyard, bored and annoyed, and is approached by the big bad evil guy of his backstory, the man responsible for annihilating his tribe. "I see you are pride. Fitting you would feel pride using your ancestors to drive your magic. Especially since you're such a coward. You already wear a facade. A mask is nothing new. My character pulls his maul off his back. I'll show you this label is false. I know my skill. I know my rage. I am not pride. I am wrath. My character's up first in an initiative and casts Guardian of Faith, then attacks and uses his action surge. Crits on Great Weapon Master and does 35 damage. Great Weapon Master bonus action attack. DM allows me to use Eldritch Blast. 1 miss, 1 hit. 6 more damage and he's pushed 10 feet away. The big bad evil guy moves up and takes Guardian of Faith 20 plus 5 from Celestial Warlock feature. He crits against me for 24 damage, which I reduced to 10 thanks to my Stone's Endurance. Back to my character. Another crit on Great Weapons Master. Only 21 damage this time, and my character steps back, taking 9 damage from the opportunity attack. Bonus action to use Healing Light. Heal up to 5d6 and gain 23 HP. Big Bad takes another 25 from Guardian of Faith and looks bloodied, but then crits both attacks against me for a total of 52. My character's turn again. On second thought, I might be pride. I take pride knowing you could not finish our people off. Not killing me first was your biggest mistake. Another Great Weapon Master crit knocks him to 1 HP. Now, feel the wrath of the Iron Will tribe. My second attack hits and deals max damage. Hoorah! I told you, I'd prove it's no sin of mine. When Strahd von Zarovich accidentally initiated a fight with the party for the first time while attempting to spy on them. You are not yet worthy of my time. One of the player's characters then cavalry charged Strahd and got whacked hard with a held action by the Vampire Lord and fell off his horse. As I've said, you are not yet worth my time. It will be far more gratifying to rip your dreams away after I've already manifested in your nightmares. He then used a legendary action to disengage and dissipate into mist. Especially in an entirely evil-aligned campaign where comedy runs rampant, this was an epic win for Strahd. This was in an Adventures in Middle-earth campaign from the Dark Lord Sauron himself in response to a player, the Elven Scholar, trying to dominate his will through the Plantier. Then ye shall bend your will and way to my heel, foul toiling mass. Dark lumbering shadow, you no power here, hound of Melkor, servant of Morgoth.
Thy folly and arrogance leak as a sweet scent, in mirror to all your kin. Do you believe your soft, malleable mind could stand, nay, grovel, before me? For there is no life in the void, only death.
Sauron proceeded to almost kill her, with her receiving enough shadow points to quickly make someone lose their mind. She was rushed to be treated, however, retained many character-defining injuries. Having a group of Tolkien nerds in a party is brilliant, especially when they argue in character. Hey everybody, Brian Von VA back at it again, checking in after the vid. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, ring that bell, and yes, leave a comment down below telling us all about your epic quotes from your D&D games. Of course, I did mention in the beginning about it not being for villains and whatnot, but hey, if you got a good villain one, might as well toss it in here too, am I right? That said, if you want to come say hi to me, you can do so at my website on the description. And if you look at the very bottom, you can actually check out my Twitch, which is primarily where you can say hi to me in person. Well, until I go to, like, I don't know, conventions or something. But hey, come say hi on Twitch. I stream pretty much every day, if not every week. Then you can just be like, hey, Brian, how are you? And I'll go, hello, how are you? I'm very nice, I promise. I don't bite. I mean, sometimes I do, but that's only when I'm chewing food. Anyway, I try to end things on a positive note, and I just want to say, an epic line, epic quote, it could be funny, it can be silly, it can be really tragic and heroic, it could be really disturbing and goofy or something really bad and sad. or it could just be really awesome and inspiring. I don't want anyone out there to think that you have to try really hard to be, well, epic or extra cool in your campaign, because you just gotta realize if you let it flow naturally, then perfect. All of you, y'all are cool as it is. Don't try hard to be cooler than you are, because you're already at maximum cool. Just do what comes naturally to you. Do what's creative to you. Be creative. Have fun with what you're doing, and you're naturally going to stand out as an epic motherfucker in your campaign. I love you all. Please be safe and happy and healthy. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.